Whoa. Wow. Oh. Okay. Oh. Gold. Whoa. Okay. Gold. Woohoo! Go! Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. Oh. Okay. Oh. Good. Good. Wow. Woo. Oh. Oh. Woo. Yo. Woo. Woo. Wow. Wow. Okay. Go. Wow. Woo. Wow. Woohoo. Wow. Woohoo. Hey. Oh. Okay. 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 Whoa. Woo! Ah. Finish! Finish! Woohoo! Finish! Okay.